Watch Level 2 is an enjoyable supernatural psychological horror flick, but you can watch it later on OTT too and not miss out on any of the cinematic effects. Watch Level 2 is a sequel to the 2023 Gujarati movie Vash, which was also made in Hindi as Shaitan, which starred Ajay Devgan and R. Madhavan. If you really want to feel at home with Vash Level 2, you should know about the previous movie Vash or Shaitan. The concept in Vash was that there is a villain called Pratap who controls the will of a girl called Arya using black magic. Now, whatever he commands the girl to do, the girl does that, including the most horrific things. The girl's father, Atharva, then captures Pratap in a dramatic sequence of action and imprisons Pratap for the rest of his life in the basement of his house. The drama in action in Vash, and we are still talking of part 1, mind you, unfurled itself using two key concepts. First, Pratap, the villain who has the control over the girl's will, must give verbal commands. Two, the girl Arya, who is under control from Pratap, must be able to hear the commands coming from Pratap. So the father Atharva first of all deafens her own daughter Arya, puncturing both her ears, which gives him time to attack the villain Pratap and then cuts off his tongue so that he can no longer give commands even to anybody else. And that was the end of part 1. Part 2 begins with Atharva's daughter Arya still in limbo, frozen in time with a constant smiling face, but like a vegetable, ostensibly still under the spell of Pratap. But there's no way to bring her out of the spell since Pratap, the prisoner, cannot issue commands because he is no longer able to speak due to his cut tongue. Arya does look spooky because of her doll face with scanty hair. And then some strange things happen at a girls' school where around 100 girls sitting in a school mess are apparently controlled by someone in a similar fashion, and they start doing strange things like committing suicide, and they run amok around the city, killing people like zombies when commanded to do so. All this makes the first half very interesting and gripping when it is finally revealed who is controlling them. Atharva gets to know this and is puzzled because Pratap is under his control still and couldn't possibly have cast his spell on these girls. So who is this new villain? Will Atharva be able to control this new villain, and how? Is this new villain related to Pratap, the old villain and now a prisoner? Will Atharva somehow, with the help of the new villain, be able to bring his deaf daughter Arya out of her 12-year-long spell? Because the new villain also is clearly an expert at doing Vashikaran. All this leads to a very interesting, engrossing, and a gripping tale which you will have to watch yourself in the theatres or on the OTT. But one thing is clear, the rules still remain the same. The villain controlling the subjects must speak the commands to them, and the subjects must be able to listen to those commands. Once again, Atharva uses this concept to eventually control the villain in the end, but in a remarkably different fashion than the first part, again using modern tech, as was done in Shaitan. But I won't give it away to you. You will have to go and watch the movie and discover it for yourself. The actors are mostly unknown, but all of them have acted well. The movie is edited in a slick fashion, so you do get an impression that you are watching a good movie and not some regional Gujarati movie. The music adds to the drama and the emotion, especially the girls' school scene where they suddenly change expressions in the school mess where they're having their lunch. The camera work is also commendable there. The movie has also been kept short at just over an hour and 40 minutes, which is quite as well because that keeps it condensed and gripping. It is surprising that the entire theatre even almost burst out with laughter in the climax scene when the main villain says to Atharva, "Tu to humse bhi bada rakshas nikla." And then the tension grips you again. Overall, a wonderful effort by the director and the crew. Let's see if Shaitan Part 2 comes out on similar lines. Some reports say that it might not. So I would recommend that you watch Vash Level 2 anyway, either in the theatres or on OTT, and you won't regret it.